Hello everybody, welcome to ChinesePod. I'm Joy.
And I'm Joe.
And today we're going to talk about the character mind map for the character gōng, which means
public.
Exactly. So what's the first word that you think kids probably learn when they're learning Chinese?
Probably the public transport vehicle, the 公交车.
Exactly. 公交车, which is the bus. So today we're going to talk about things related to the public and also related to business and related to names. Let's check it out. Okay, so we just mentioned 公交车, which is the bus. Now, the word 公 comes from public, and that's 公共.
Oh, okay. So many words that have 公 inside actually come from this 公共.
Yeah, exactly. For example, 公共场所. 公共场所. 场所 is location.
Okay. So public location, just the public space in general?
Yeah, like schools, parks, the outdoors. So I often hear mothers yelling at children when they're screaming. They might say, 安静点,这里是公共场所.
Oh, like don't cry or just like be calm because here's like public space, so don't like embarrass me in front of others.
Yeah, exactly. Be quiet. 公共场所, public space. So what are some other public spaces with the word 公?
Probably 公园.
公园, 园 is garden, so 公园, our public garden.
So is this shortened from 公共 as well?
公共. 公共花园.
Oh yeah, like the public garden, public
Yeah.
flower garden, and then shortened.
Public flower garden. Okay, so for example, when we think of parks, the biggest one or one of the most famous ones is 纽约的中央公园.
Oh, the Central Park in New York.
Exactly. So 纽约的中央公园非常大.
Speaking of public parks, there's something else public in parks that I don't really like a public restroom.
Oh, gross. Yeah, I don't like them either. That's 公共厕所. We can shorten that into 公厕.
公厕.
就不喜欢公厕，因为它们很脏.
I don't like public restrooms because they are so dirty.
Yeah, this is true. And it's true everywhere.
Yeah.
So the next usage of 公 applies to something that's also in public, which is businesses. The very first word will be 公司,公司.
公司, two first tones, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's company or office. So I could say 公司来了新员工.
So there's a new employee in the company.
Exactly. Or 我们公司有200个人.
Our company has 200 people or 200 employees.
That's kind of a medium-sized
Medium,
company.
mid-sized company.
Yeah.
How would we say, like, if I have different spaces, maybe?
Like
offices?
branches?
Yeah.
Okay, so actually the word for branches is 分公司, which is interesting because 分 means split or divide. So your divided offices are your branches. So you can say 我们公司有3个分公司.
So 3 subsidiaries in this case.
Exactly. Now, I'm going to give you another word because 公司 can apply to company or office, but the actual physical office, the place that you work in, that would be 办公室. And 办公, 办 means to do. 公 here means business.
And 室 is a room, right?
Exactly. So 办公室, the whole thing is the place where I do my business. So I can say 你可以来我的办公室找我. You can come find me at my office. Okay, and we also have another public office when we travel and you take a business trip. This is your public office post, sort of, you can say, if you wanted to translate that. That's 公差.
公差.
差 is like mission. Or something you want to accomplish. So your public mission or something that you do is going out for work on an office call.
On a public mission to...
To whatever. And then the verb could be 出公差.
Or like 出 to go out, right?
Yeah.
出公差. Okay. To go out on a business trip.
Okay, so I know that a lot of people actually don't like this, but I personally really like it. Joe, 你喜欢出公差吗？
我喜欢出公差
Why?
because I just like seeing new places and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's on company expense.
Oh, yeah.
So you get to hang out for a few more days maybe. I like them too.
Yeah, I sometimes try to like combine them with like staying a little bit longer and then just
Work and play. So both of us really like business trips. Joe, 你上次出公差去哪儿？
我去了韩国.
Oh, you went to Korea. What did you do?
Well, of course, meetings in the beginning and then just good food and some palaces in Seoul.
Wow, yeah. So you get to have meetings and also do some sightseeing. It's the perfect combination. 出公差去了韩国. And the very last usage of 公 is in a title. And that's 老公. 老公.
Are you talking to me?
Which means husband.
Okay. So 公 is like a honorific kind of syllable or word here, which is actually from addressing somebody in public. That's kind of where you can derive it from. And then it went over to a couple of like titles, and now it's used to respectfully address your husband.
Yeah, in the modern day is not that respectful. It's kind of casual. Literally, it means like your old grandpa, 老公, and wife is 老婆, which is old grandma.
Okay.
So you're calling your old man, which is your husband. Anyway, that's 老公.
So do we have some other words where we have this like honorific 公,
Okay, yeah. So I can think of one that's 外公,
which is the outside male? Okay.
grandpa.
I think this was the structure in like Chinese family titles is a little bit complicated because there's like a title for pretty much every degree of something. Wait, 外公 is my mother's father?
Yeah, yeah. So your grandpa on your mother's side, and 外公 has something to do with only recognizing the father's bloodline. So the mother's father is your outside grandpa.
So I'm like in the bloodline of my father, and my mom's side of the family came from the outside into this family tree, kind of.
Yeah.
And then why outside?
外公. Yeah, exactly. So you have 老公 and 外公. Don't get them confused.
Wait, there was another one actually using this character twice, like 公公.
Oh, 公公.
I'm not sure what title that was.
I think that was the father of your husband. 公公.
The father of your husband. So normally that's something a girl would use.
Yeah, the father of my husband would be my 公公. That's first tone and fifth tone. So again, these are really complicated in terms of the names and where they stand in the family tree.
But if you have these with 公, then it's normally a honorific when we talk about family.
Oh, and I have another one that you probably know if you've seen any Disney movie.
Oh, okay. 公主,
Yes!
which is princess.
Princess. 迪士尼公主.
Disney princess.
Yes, and 主 means main. So I'm guessing you're going to honor her and she's the main girl everywhere.
Okay, yeah. And actually some girls behave like they should be the main girl everywhere. And they behave like princesses actually, and we have a term for that as well.
Oh yeah, this is a real disease. It's the princess disease, which is called 公主病, and this is literally used to describe somebody who acts like a princess all the time, or princess syndrome. So this is not a good thing to be.
So for instance, if your wife behaves like this.
老公，这个太重了，我不想拿。
So it's too heavy, I don't want to carry it. Then you can tell her, 你有公主病. You really have the princess syndrome. In this character mind map session, we talked about some words that are related to 公, which means public. So we talked about public spaces like a park.
That's 公园.
And other things that are related to public are, for example, a company. That's broadly related to being something public as well. So a company would be
公司
And then further, the syllable gōng is often used as a honorific in titles. So for example, we had husband
老公
and princess.
Oh, 公主 Okay, and also, of course, gōngzhǔbìng.
Oh yeah, the princess syndrome, don't forget that.
So if you see these words with 公, you can feel free to leave them down in the comments below. There are a lot of them. And if you have any questions or you want to make some sentences, let us know as well. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Joy.
And I'm Joe.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Introducing ChinesePod Recap, the app with fast summary lessons. How much time do you have? Join us in the beta program. For more info, go to ChinesePod.com/recap.